Hi, my name is Bob Gersh. I'm a reverse mortgage specialist at iReverse Home Loans. Today I'd like to speak to you about taking some of the uncertainty out of your life. What I'm talking about is that if you went to a financial planner, they most likely would suggest that you have a reserve account set aside for those unknown contingencies, the leaking roof, the heating system that goes, the air conditioning system that goes, the various unknowns, and have funds set aside in case you need them so that your budget has your known monthly expenditures, but then you have your reserve account for that safety net to cover those items you don't know about. Well, my suggestion is you take it one step further, and that is that you may either work with a contractor or a home inspector and have a home inspection done. You're not ready to sell your house at this point, but have that inspection done so you could evaluate all the major components of your house: the roof, the heating system, the air conditioning system, the exterior of your house as far as if it needs painting or if it has siding, the condition, your driveway, all the elements of your house from inside and out, which eventually need some repair or replacement. Well, rather than wait until you end up in a situation of crisis and then may or may not have the funds to cover that, it's good to go through all those items, then do the same as a condominium management company, a professional management company would do, and they would take all the elements of a building and they would determine the cost of replacement and then what the estimated life of those items is, as far as it's brand new and the roof will last 20 years, 30 years, or it'll last 5 years. Other items, the heating system, the air conditioning system, all the components, the plumbing, everything that a home inspector would go through those and put price tags on them and how many years before you would need to replace it. A condominium management company basically goes through all those elements of a building and then calculates out what amount of budget annually needs to be put aside so that you have adequate reserves to cover those items. While your contingency fund, your reserve account personally, is similar to that professional management company's reserve, but for your individual property. This way, you're able to figure out realistically how much you need to have in your reserve account and how much you have to add to that account periodically to cover those items. Also, you want to look at the fact that you may have already items which need work done. Specifically, you may have deferred maintenance on your property, and it may be a good idea to get some of those items done now and work on it and have your list. Not having to do everything all at once, but slowly but surely bring everything up to get rid of the deferred maintenance and just deal with items when and if they're needed in the long run. This way, you're able to put together a realistic budget as to how much that reserve account really should be when it comes to maintaining your property and those items, those larger items that don't happen every day or every month. When you take a look at your budget at that point, you may find that your cash flow is such that you can't really fund those items. You then want to take a serious look at what your other assets are that may be able to be liquidated now or in the future to cover those, and or you may want to look at the item of a reverse mortgage to be able to provide a fund to be able to obtain the money when you need it through that line of credit, so that with a reverse mortgage you'd be able to set that aside for the emergencies, but realistically know how much you need and when you're going to need it because you have a plan in place. So the same as you go to a doctor to get your checkup on your health, the same as you may go to a lawyer to review your estate planning and other issues of that nature, legal issues on a periodic every so many years. The same as you may go to your auto dealership and have your car checked out as far as when the tires need rotation or replacement or other items on that. You go to a lot of professionals for various items. you may want to look at doing the same with your home so that you put yourself in control. That way you can make a decision, should I stay in my house, how much deferred maintenance is there, when am I going to have to spend how much, and realistically build a good budget with those major items in consideration. So that's some of the thoughts that I would go through, and then periodically you take another look at that plan and those items to see if what you had projected is actually happening, if there are any other items or updating you need on that plan. But basically at that point you have, rather than a surprise, you realistically know the roof is so many years old, it does need replacement, and you already have budgeted for it. Same as all the other major components in your property. So that's my suggestion, and you can tie that into your overall financial plans for retirement, for just your daily life, and take one of those unknowns out of the picture, and hopefully that makes life a little easier to work with. So that's it for today. And again, thank you for listening. And my name is Bob Gersh with iReverse Home Loans. And if you have any questions, feel free to call us at 781-202-7475 or on the web at www.askbobgersh.com, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you, and have a good day and a good rest of the week.